Hello, let's play a bunch of New York Times games, but first we reveal our dad joke of the day and this day in history. All right. Why do hummingbirds hum? Because they don't know the words. That's why I hum. All right. And this day in history. This is a beefy one. It's got like really glossy pages. All right. 1980, the Sugar Hill Gang's Rapper's Delight becomes hip hop's first top 40 hit. On January 5th, 1980, the song Rapper's Delight became the first hip hop single to reach the Billboard Top 40, marking the beginning of hip hop's roots as a commercial phenomenon. The song was released in late 1979 after Sylvia and Joe Robinson established the hip hop label Sugar Hill Records as part of an intentional push to get a hip hop record into the mainstream. Prior to the success of Rapper's Delight, hip hop was little known outside of New York City. Hip hop started in the early 1970s as a way for young people to express themselves through DJing, MCing, also known as rapping or rhyming, breakdancing, and graffiti painting, core elements of hip hop. Rapper's Delight was preserved in the National Recording Registry by the Library of Congress in 2011 as a song that is considered culturally and historically significant. 3 years later, it was accepted into the Grammy Hall of Fame. Hip hop has become one of the most dominant musical genres in the United States over the past 40 years, an achievement contributed to by the Sugar Hill Gang. All right. I would also like to thank the following members for re-upping for a new month. Very special thanks to Tyson Price for 10 months as a super supporter, the highest supporting tier. Thank you also to Copper, who has been a video early access member for 44 months now. And also thank you to Lasdrin, Rebecca Saul, and Seth Wilson. All right, well, let's start with connections. We're finding 4 groups of 4. We've got brutal impression, very real. Like manner, pull, post. 5 verses, extreme end. Opposite comment, lurk, and volt. I mean, volt is a measure of electricity, a unit related to electricity. I don't think there's other units here. So what are we doing with volt? Volt is also the Chevy Volt is an electric car. What else would we be doing with volt? Volt sticks out to me because I'm like, I don't know what we'd be doing with this. So I wonder if it's purple being purple. Purple being purple. Purple be purplin is something I haven't said enough recently. Okay, I don't know what to do with volt though. So let's look at other words. Extreme. I saw extreme and end. They're next to each other, but they do mean similar things. Maybe the pole, like the pole of the Earth, the North Pole, the South Pole. Opposite. Opposite is similar. I'm not liking this very much. Let's put that in our pocket. See what else we've got. How about brutal? What are we doing with brutal? If you're being brutal, you might be being real. Like, this is the brutal truth, the real truth. I don't know. I don't see other ones. What else would brutal go with? We just have the number 5, by the way. I mean, these could be words with the J replaced with a different letter, like jive and jolt. I don't know if they would just do this would be a word if you made it a J, but let's see if we have any others. Jerk is not spelled that way. Droodle, clearly. I don't think we have others. I think that's a coincidence. You can cajole, but not Joel. All right, there's something else going on, but like why 5? There's some words that just stick out to me as like these are probably purple for some reason, but I don't know why. Or it's a things that category, which could be blue. How about impression? Impression could be a few things, like an impression, like an impressionist, right? Who pretends to be someone else. You've also got you can leave an impression on someone, or it could be a very physical, like a hole, an impression, a hole in something. Those are the definitions I can think of for impression. Now, does anything else match that? Is the question always, of course. Even impression, I'm not seeing it. Something's very strange here. I'm wondering if brutal impression very real is a rainbow herring, by the way. How about just very? What do we do with very? Extreme? Like if something's extreme, it might be very something. It's extremely something. It's very something, it's extremely something. I mean, I feel like it would be extremely, not very, like, not, sorry, not extreme, just extremely if it goes with very, but who knows. But I'm not seeing two others for that anyway. Geez, I'm not finding anything real. So in crosswords, real is often real, the currency, but it could also just be real. Like, again, I thought maybe we're being real, we're being brutal was an option, but comment is interesting as well. Lurk. We're lurking. I don't know. I wonder if we're replacing with a different letter other than J. I just thought about J because this could be jive and jolt, but I don't know. Like, what are we doing with 5? It's just a number. That's why I think we're using the letters and not the meaning, because 5 just doesn't have meanings beyond being the number. What can we do with 5? It's hard. First letter or last letter? I don't see why we're changing the last letter. So if we're changing the first letter, we could be dive, jive, live, or live. I don't know. I'm getting confused. Like. Are we comparing? Like two things are like each other, or are we filler words like and very? I don't know. We're just enjoying something. We like it. Okay, like and comment are two things you can do to this video, which you should. An impression is like for ads, right? For an ad, you get an ad impression. I guess videos have impression stats as well. It's how many people did we present this to versus how many actually clicked through is an important metric. So maybe impression, like, and comment are words related to video and analytics or something. But what would be the fourth? Post. Post isn't really post is a kind of, you post the video. I got nothing else, so I'm going to try this. That's one away, so maybe not post. What is the other thing you can do then? I don't know. It's one away. Am I missing something obvious? Am I misinterpreting a word? Brutal, very, real, manner, pole. 5 versus extreme, end, opposite, lurk. I mean, you can lurk, I guess. Lurking is just to do nothing. I'm going to try it. That's still one away. So either both post and lurk. Okay, so maybe these are things you can do. I'm using up all my mistakes. I don't know what else is happening here. I normally don't chase one aways. So it's either this, post and lurk with like and comment, because I don't think impression would be there. But I was thinking that the top row was going to be a rainbow herring. It doesn't have to be, but if it's a rainbow herring, we must use impression, and then it's these 3 without these 2. So I don't know which one it is, and I don't think I want to use up my last mistake chasing the one away like that. I shouldn't have chased it in the first place. So we're going to find something else. We're going to figure this out. But like and comment probably go together in something similar to what I'm thinking. So let's just look at other things. How about manner? Like the manner in which we approach something, how we do it. Or, I mean, manners are being polite, but it's missing the S. I don't know what else manner would be. Pole. I still think pole and extreme or end might go together, or all 3. But if we were using the top row, Would it be very? I don't know. Let's hold off on poll. Poll can also just be like a post, which is next to it. Oh, shoot. Post, maybe. It might be post, lurk, like, and comment. I don't know. 5 versus extreme. What's versus doing? We're against each other. We're versus. It's a homophone of verses, like the plural of verse, the poetry thing. Things V can mean. It's next to 5, but 5 is V Roman numeral, and verses can just be a V dot. I was thinking how verses could be VS, but actually it can just be V as well. Volt is also V. Okay, it is a things that. Things that V can mean. 5 versus volt. What else can V mean? Very, maybe? And that would help with our rainbow herring. Okay, I'm going to go with this. Ooh, what V might mean? Got purple first. So I am pretty married to the idea of that top row being the rainbow herring. So brutal, impression, and real. So if impression is in, then we'd have like. This is pretty meta, but I don't know what else to do. I'm really struggling with this puzzle. We'd have like and comment with impression, and then there's something else related to these that I'm not figuring out. It's not post and it's not lurk. I don't know. Maybe it's not that. Maybe it is just this. And if so, what else do we have? I feel like there's something to do with like opposite and end and extreme and pole. Maybe even real. I don't know though. Brutal could also be extreme. It's brutal, it's extreme, it's real. I think I thought about this earlier as well and couldn't find a fourth. Something can leave an impression. If this was polar, I'd be much more confident in putting it with extreme. Like, comment. Do I try like, comment, post, and lurk? Because they can all be verbs, so that helps. I'm going to try it. I don't know. Okay, that was it. Things you can do on social media. So that means that it's not a rainbow herring. The top row was not a rainbow herring. Okay. I still think we have something like opposite, extreme, pole, and end. That leaves brutal, impression, manner, and real. Should I try something like this? Opposite, extreme, pole, end. I'm going to try this one. Okay, that was actually right. Furthest point. So what is this? Brutal, manner, impression, and real. Brutal, manner, impression, real. Are these like movements within art, like brutalism, impressionism, realism? I don't know if mannerism is something, but it might be that. Art movements with ism. There you go. Tough one today for sure. Very tough one. For me, at least. I'm going to give it a 3.5, and I think we have a 65% solve rate. Let's see. Just showing a phone. Okay. With eyes. 2 out of 5. Okay. I'm diverging from their difficulties recently. 43%. Yeah, really tough one. Okay. I was being kind with the 65% because last time I said 50% it was like 80. I don't know. And this is a lot of guessing. So whenever you see like this straight line down, that means some people are getting lucky as we go along, but they're chasing that one away. They're guessing, and then some win and some lose. All right. My order is not. I'm 1 in 9, which is interesting. Not 1 in 9. Sorry. I'm one of 9 people who did my exact game, which is kind of interesting. So a lot of people are getting this yellow first, but I wonder how much they're chasing it before they get yellow first. This is of winning games. Everything else pretty low, actually. Second, we're getting our green because yellow wasn't available, but it's pretty even, actually, other than that. Ever, yeah, people are getting yellow or nothing. So we have 24% of people getting absolutely nothing. 19% got yellow. 6% got yellow, green. 3% got green. All right. Poll versus. So there's one aways on green. There's one aways on yellow. Brutal, very real, extreme. Yeah, so like intensifiers. Like there's a lot of things that just feel really similar to each other. That a lot of people are going for. Yeah, these are all like completely reasonable mistakes. So what are people doing first? Yellow first. Yellow with impression is what I did first, and what a lot of 12% people did first. Brutal, very rare, real, and extreme. Pole versus extreme and opposite. So getting green, but with versus instead of end. It's reasonable to me. End instead of lurk. Another verb. Purple first. 4%. Okay. Well, how did you do? Hello, let's do the easy and medium pips for Monday, January 5th. Let's play. All right. We need 2 different dominoes where we can add to 11. So a 5 and a 6. So the 5 is forced, and the 5 1's going to have to go there because we don't have 5 6. This has to be 6 6 because this has to be 6 6. And then 6 4 makes sense for the greater than 3. And then we just need the 2's in here. And that 6 has to match up. There we go. All right. Nice and clean today. Let's do the medium. 1 here, 1 here. So the 1 2 and the 1 6. We do have a lot of blanks, so 1 6 could come down here. We need a 6 in here. We need 4 equals. And it's not going to be the 6, I don't think. Well, hold on. 1 2 3 4. Yeah, it's not going to be the 6. We have plenty of blanks, actually. So I wonder if the blanks get used there. It would make sense to do 1 2 here, and then we would have to use probably the 4 4 here, and then the 6 blank going here, and then the blank blank here. I'm just kind of vibing it, but blank 4 would not be able to go here. It would have to be blank. Oh, we don't have another 3 or 4 for this, so I did something wrong already. What if it was the 1 6? I'd have to use a blank over here, so I need to have a blank saved, but we actually have 5 blanks, so that might work out. So we could still do the 6 blank this way. Blank 3 could go in the less than 4, and then we could do blank blank this way. And then like 4 4 here. And then the blank 4 here. Oh, I can only add to 9. I can't add to... Sorry, actually I would have to do this. This would add to 14, not 9. I was just looking at how between 3 of these I could do 1 plus 2 plus 6, but I can't actually do that here. So how would this domino add to 8? 4 4. Oh, that's simple. We just swap those. Okay. Never mind. That I just had to swap these two. I don't know why I put the 4 4 in there instead of the 6 6. All right, cool. Well, how'd you do? Hello, let's do the hard pips for Monday, January 5th. Let's play. All right. We definitely have some forced dominoes going on here. So domino here, domino here. I'm going to draw it out just to make it easier to visualize for everybody. We're going to have these dominoes for sure. Then over here, we need this domino. Now, do we have a domino that adds to 11? Might be the question to answer here. So a 5 6 is the only one. We do not. So this has to get split up. And then that forces this and this. There we go. So that's where our dominoes are going to go. Guaranteed. Now, what's our in? Well, here I need a 0 and a 1. And it's 2 separate dominoes. And this has to go into a 5 or a 6. So what do I have attached to a 5 or a 6? That's extremely low. 0 or 1. I have 6 blank. And I have 5 1. So there's, and I have 6, 1. So there's actually 3 options for that. The 1 is also going to go this way. So unfortunate. I can see a way to do it, but I think we might have to look over here first to see what else we have to do. I need a 5 and a 6 in here as well. How many 5s and 6s total do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 5s and 3 dominoes. And then 6s, I have 2 6s. So 1 6 goes in here and 1 6 goes up here. The 6 can't go here because I only have 6 1 and 6 blank. So the 6 goes this way and throws out its other dude, which doesn't help me determine which goes where. Huh. This was my thought. 6 blank here, 1 1 here, 5 5 here. That was my thought. And then I'd have to put the 5 1 over here. So let's just see if that works or not. So now this 6 throws out its 1. And then I need the 5 2 to go here. I mean, it kind of works, but I don't know if it's going to be right. Here we have to do the 3 3. It's the only double that has another one available. This would be 3 1. And now I need another one that adds to 10, and I don't have that. So maybe this is not... Ooh, I don't know how to fix this. Let's think about this a bit further. Because this kind of worked, but... I think we're going to end up with the 3s here. And that means that we're going to end up with 5 5 here. I think that's forced. It could be 1s, but we need a lot of 1s in these areas. So let's not use the 1s. So let's see if this works. So now adding to 11, I need a 5. I'm not going to use the 6 down here. So I need a 5. The 5 2 is the only option here still. And then I could do 6 1 or 6 blank. Now, what if I did the 6 1 this way? And then I could do the blank 6 up. That might be... Oh, no. I need the other 6 to be here. I can't actually put the... I can't do the blank 1. This doesn't work. So what about the 6 blank over here? What do I have attached to a 1? I have a... Oh, well, no. I mean, obviously the 6, but... I've got a 1 5. I think that's going to be it. No, that's the 5 that I need here. Whoops. I don't have a domino that has to 11. Ah. Shoot. This actually uses a blank. I should keep that in mind. Okay. I don't know what this means. I think I have to pull these out again. Am I right about the placement? Yeah, we don't have a 5 6, so... Thinking about blanks, the 6 blank is either going to be used here or here. And then the other blank is used here. So this is just here. That's not a domino I can use. Now this is going to be a 1 5 or a 1 6. What happens if I put the 1 6 here? I think I haven't explored that enough. That puts the 6 blank here. And then the 5 2 is always going to end up here. That's just, or the 5 5, I guess, but I think I need the 5 5. So now the 5 1 ends up here, and I don't have any blanks left, so I can't do that. In fact, no blanks left is bad, right? This is the key deduction actually that I should have followed through more. Since there's a blank here, I only have one more blank, and it needs to go in here, and so the only option I can do is blank 6 here. That's it. Because the domino direction is forced. So now 5 1 is actually forced over here. So so far what I've placed is all forced. Now this can't be 6 something, so it's got to be 5 something, and 5 2 or 5 5 are the only options. Do I hold off? We know this is a 6 1. Okay. So this has to be a double. We have double 1, we have double 4, and we have double 5. We do have another 1. So what if I use all my 1s up here? What does that do? This is 3. So to get to 11, we need another 8. So the 4 4 would work there. And now I can do... Oh, I don't have a 1. Right. Okay. So if I do that, I don't get a 1 in here. That's the unfortunate thing. Okay. So that doesn't work. So I need a 1 going up into this 11. So I can't do 1s here. And 4s, there isn't another 4. So this has to be 5-5, actually. No, it has to be 3-3. Oh, it could be 3-3 or 5-5. Ooh. So either way, the double 5 is either here or here. Because if I do the 3-3 here, my only option is 3-1, which puts the 5-5 here. The only other option is I put the 5-5 up here. So 5-5 is not available on the left. It's used here or here. Which means, and neither of those use the 4-4. So maybe I need to add to 8 here. And then I can do 1-3 here, and that forces the 5-5 here. I'm actually very surprised that ends up being okay. And so now this adds to 9. We don't have a 9. Darn it. This is tough. There seems to be like some difficulties here. Well, I'm not using the 5-5 up here. It doesn't have to be the 4-4, but let's think about the 1 that's going up. It's either 1-1 or 1-3. 1-1 doesn't work because I can't use the 5-5 up here, according to my logic, at least from earlier, which I'm going to trust. So it's got to be the 1-3. And now this has to add to 8, so it's going to be the 4-4. Okay, so maybe I do that here instead of over here. Oh, I could do the 2-2 here with a 2-5. Now this adds to 6 with the 3-3. This 5-5 goes there. That's the surprising thing. And then the 1-1 goes there. Okay. There were some surprising placements in this one. Like the greater than 1 being a 5. Yeah, okay. So we had to really think about what was forced, but once I had enough of that, this UP got solved. All right. I guess it says up. Cool. Well, how'd you do? Hello, let's do the mini crossword for Monday, January 5th. Let's play. Now I get it. Maybe it's like or something. Benoit blank, detective in Knives Out film. I don't know. I haven't seen it. Give one's 2 cents. To like give your opinion. Could be Alpine. Time difference between the East and West Coast and hours. 3. Pirates Ascent. I. Generation after Gen Z. Alpha. Oh, is all this correct? In need of a shave. Harry. Ooh. Bone blank. Happy New Year in French. I don't know. Many a social media antagonist, sadly. A bot. First in class. C. What is this? Benoit. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this. Let's see. Bone. I'm going to try every vowel. A, E, I, O, U. This doesn't have to be C, I suppose. But first in class, the first letter is C. Maybe it's aha. And this is like an N or something? Yeah, okay. Because I was thinking Blanc would be a good name, but I couldn't justify the HN. But with this being aha, that worked out. And it's at Bon Ani or something. All right, a little bit of a tough situation with this letter here, and then this having a few options. But I got through it. How'd you do? Let's do Strands. Today's theme is slapped together. So like you did it quickly. It's a prototype. Is that what we're going for here? Looking for words. Bark. No. Sit. Bark. These are commands for a dog. What are words for what I'm looking for here? We have a Q here. It could be SQE or just QU. After the U, there's always going to be a vowel. So it could be QUI or this QUI. Like quickly done. Oh, quick. Is it just quick on its own, or is this our spanogram? Quick and dirty. There it is. All right. So it is kind of what I'm thinking. Quick and dirty. So I don't think we got prototype here. Itty itty. Fitty bitty. Trying to think of words for this. And I'm drawing a blank for some reason. BR, maybe? Brisk? I don't think brisk would be it, would it? Sky. Deep. Seep. Speedy? Speedy. Speedy solution, okay. Maybe it is brisk then. What would that make this? Oops, swift, yeah. So it's words for fast, actually. Speedy, swift, and brisk are all words for fast. Okay, so that unlocks a few options. What else can we do? Burgle, maybe a BB? I don't know. Furby. Like hurried? Or... No. I like this ITTY, but I don't know what to do with it. Sane. We got another Y here. We got another Y here. They're probably ending words. Hasty. Hasty. Oh. Not hasty. Is hasty spelled differently? Whoa, I thought for sure it'd be hasty. Hastily. Maybe it is hastily. How would I do that, though? Maybe not. I saw LY here, but you can't do it. Hastily would make a lot of sense, though, for this theme. I don't know. What's going on here? Say... Well, I'm stuck. I may have to grab a hint. Biddy. Fitty? Looks like that, no. Tree fitty. Rough for... Filthy, maybe? Like a filthy solution? Okay. Stain? Stainy? What is this? Stained? Stained, probably. No. Oh, sorry. Stained. Huh. So the ones on top are fast, but the ones on bottom are more like bad. Filthy and stained and grubby. Interesting. Oh, it's quick and dirty. Oh, I just got it. Right at the end there. If only I'd gotten that earlier, I wouldn't have struggled as much. The top ones are quick and the bottom ones are dirty. Quick and dirty. All right, I get it now. I was trying to figure out how it had to do with like prototyping or, work fast and break things, or you go fast and break things, or, that philosophy. But it wasn't that at all. It was words for quick and words for dirty. All right, well, how'd you do? Hello, today's bonus game is Word 500. I'm playing on the yellow difficulty because I need to play it twice today because I'm also doing it in the daily games video, which is only on YouTube. But so the yellow difficulty, the only restriction is the answer is not going to repeat any letters, so we can use that information if we want to. I'm going to start with least. This is a strong start here. So the way this works is it's just giving us the count. So think about one of these letters is green, one is yellow, just like in Wordle, but we don't know which, so we have to guess. I always like to assume it's the vowels. I'm going to put the A in the middle and the E at the end. That makes the most sense to me. So we're one of these words. I can do underscores, actually. One of these words. So more common letters. I'm actually thinking about something like crave. No, how about crane? Crane is good. Okay, 1 green and 0 yellows. So I'm thinking I got the A right, but there's no E. So I need a yellow LST and I need a no CRN at all. What do I want to do? Pick one. Maybe the L second. L's love to be second with an A after. So what's left though? Plaid. Okay. This is actually one of the best results you can have, and I'm not even joking. Because when it's all red, those letters aren't in it. So you've just learned a whole lot of information that normally you wouldn't get. So I'm thinking maybe we placed the E, and it was yellow before, which means that we end in SE. So what ends in SE that I can do here? Maybe something like mouse? 1 green, 1 yellow. So it is not this. Okay. So if we have an E, it has to be green here, and then we're forced with all that. So we don't have the E. I think E is proven not in. So the S and the T, maybe S was green both times. It could have also been yellow both times. Makes the N not green. I'd like the R second in this case then. So TR, and then the yellow would not be the U or the M probably. We'd have a yellow. So it would be maybe it's Tross. No, Tross isn't a word. Trosh isn't a word. Maybe it's not this. Because I don't think we can finish this word. Okay, so it's not that then. So maybe S is yellow both times. No E. Or we could have an E in both spots. You could have two E's. With the S yellow. This E green. Can I think of a word that does this? Like ES, something E? With what's left? Or SE, then E here. Oh, wait, hold on. I told you we're playing yellow difficulty. No repeated letters. Never mind. So we don't have to worry about that. I will later when I play in the hard red mode. So it's not E. We proved that. S is not green. So S has to be yellow and T has to be green. That's forced. CR or N could be in. And then I need a green M or U. So would S go first? If so, then we would have to do NT. This seems reasonable. And then SO, or maybe it's shunt. It is shunt. Okay, got it. Okay, cool. Well, let's spin the wheel and see what we're going to play tomorrow for our bonus game. That's funny. All right, Word 500. So this time suggested by Dan. So Word 500 is on the wheel a few times from different people suggesting. So we're going to play Word 500 again tomorrow. Tomorrow we will be able to play the red difficulty. So if you're going to follow along, you got to the nice yellow difficulty where you knew there weren't repeated letters. And then tomorrow you're going to play in red difficulty. All right, cool. And how'd you do? And that is it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. There is a link at the end of the video that'll take you right to Wordle if you'd like to watch that. I also have a pinned comment with all the games I played today. And if you enjoyed this, why don't leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.